Hello and welcome to our second Real Talk episode of Season 2. I am William Reyes, joined here by...
Ferdinand Torres.
Joey Powers.
William Megan, and
Mr. Kanik.
All right, I'm glad to be back here for another episode. Joey, Will, how was... Mario movie came out a couple days ago. Oh yeah, Will, what do you think about that?
it was great movie, because it was my first time seeing Mario since the first one, and my babysitter was about to cry in the ending.
No spoilers, Will.
Because we didn't expect Bowser would be good to Mario.
Oh.
And
Spoilers.
And true fact, today is my babysitter's birthday today.
Oh, that's really cool, Will. All right, so, I want to say something. So, a couple days ago, I saw Avengers Endgame was on TV, and I was just like, it was on the background when I was doing other stuff. And there was something, Thanos said something towards the end when it was just the Free versus Thanos, and made me really resonate with what's going on with current Marvel. He said, as long as there are those who remember what was, there will never be those that can accept what can be. And I think that's exactly what's happening with Marvel right now, with after 7 years of pushing out all these new projects, all these new characters, they're reverting back to their old ways, bringing back all their old characters. And it's also been revealed that when they're re-releasing Endgame in theaters in a couple months, they're including some new and deleted scenes, and some new scenes they just shot just for this movie to kind of bridge Endgame and Doomsday.
Wow, I did not know that. That's a really good point about that one Thanos quote. Yeah.
Yes. So it looks like they're doing this as a bridge. All right, now we're joined here by Film Club President Connor Matthews.
What's up?
All right. So, as I was saying earlier, they're adding some new scenes into the Avengers Endgame re-release. Mm-hmm. And it looks like they're doing that to kind of bridge between Endgame and Doomsday. And I think that's been kind of, they haven't had as much build-up for Doomsday. We have to cut them a little slack because the original plan was to do King Dynasty, which was supposed to release a month from now, technically, I believe. So they kind
supposed to release last year.
Last year, even crazier. So yeah, still, credit where credit's due. Marvel's doing the best they can, but it's still kind of not the same as how it was previously with Thanos, because that was built up for years, and we still don't even know what Doctor Doom's main motivation is and why he's doing what he's doing, and they still have to establish him as a big threat.
Well, we talked about it in Film Club, the idea of those movies they built up, like you said, well over a span of a decade. But you also had Thanos introduced early on. There was this narrative of what he wants, what he was searching for. There was tangible motives to get the Infinity Stones. Here, we've seen, one glimpse of the side profile of Doctor Doom at the end of, Fantastic Four?
Correct.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't know what his motivations are, and they suddenly just have to kind of yes, and to their credit, not to their credit, but they were dealt, I don't know how to say this, but they've had to revamp what this next Avengers is supposed to be, right? So how do you do that the best way to, I don't know. It seems a little forced, and I guess that's kind of the idea, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I don't know how this is all going to play out. I'm much more skeptical than I was a while ago.
Not cutting Marvel slack for their failings. Dr. Doom should have, even before they introduced Kang, they should have introduced Dr. Doom.
Did they have the rights to do so?
Yeah, they've had the Fantastic Four
for
rights since they bought Fox.
So how many? Okay,
since 2017.
So since they've had time to get Doom in there, and they chose not to. They wanted Kang, which isn't even, that's stupid. Making him a multiversal villain. He's a time travel villain.
I agree with that.
So that was completely dumb anyways. Most of this phase, though, hasn't sucked if you just watch the movies.
That's true.
Singularly.
Sure.
Instead of watching it, anticipating a movie that has too many characters that is definitely going to mistreat a lot of the characters. I think they are, at least. And they're going to mistreat Doom. What I think they're going to do is they're going to overcorrect Doom from his previous two movie appearances, right? He was in the 2,
He was in part 1,
He was
and
part
then
one
part
and part
2 he
two.
came back with, and the Silver Surfer was.
and then he was also in the
Was he
Crash.
the
The
Miles
2015
Teller?
He was in
reboot.
the Fantastic
I
one.
remember that
He
one.
looked
Oh,
like
man.
a Crash dummy.
Yeah.
I try to ignore that one.
But yeah, they're gonna overcorrect and not add any character to him, and they're gonna oversimplify him to hype and aura moments instead. Like try to make him this big. Oh, he's the most awesome person in the universe. When in reality, he's the biggest loser in the universe. He is. He loses to ego. That is his one thing. He can't get over how much better Reed Richards is to him, and he loses to that always. And they're not. I don't even think they're gonna have that rivalry between Reed and Victor, which they haven't built that up. Which it should be. This shouldn't be a Thor versus Doom or a Captain America versus Doom. It should be Reed Richards versus Doom, especially when like the next movie is called Secret Wars, and the 2015 Secret Wars comic book that this is based off of, this whole little event was just a love story to the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom. It was a Reed versus Doom. It wasn't this big all-out fight with multiple variants. It was this intimate story between Reed and Doom, and the rivalry over the 60 years of continuity they've had. So this just it doesn't work because you've had Reed for one movie, and you've had Doom for this is his first full appearance. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna feel emotional. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, and like I was thinking, they're having all these different characters come together in this movie, but there's no reason why they're coming together because, in Endgame, like they all have to come together, or Infinity War, they all have to come together and fight Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, really, if you boil it down to the bones, Infinity War, everything in Infinity War can be basically simplified to the Avengers trying to do something to fight against Thanos or planning something against Thanos. There's not like a lot of introductions. It goes straight into the action because over the past 6 years they were doing that. So Infinity War is just like the finale episode almost. Well, Infinity War Endgame. But but there's no reason why they're all coming together. I have to establish Doctor Doom as a big threat that needs to bring all these people
it has
together.
To be over 3 hours.
Yeah, it has to be 4 hours in the middle, honestly. And
Yeah.
and also they have to explain like how all these people got together because in the post-credits scene for Thunderbolts, they saw the Fantastic Four ship coming in, but the director of Fantastic Four had no clue that even happened. That
Yeah, that
post-credits
was the
scene.
Russo's direction.
This really feels like the most forced MCU project so far.
It-
I mean, everything about
yeah.
it.
It feels like this is actually probably. It's funny because this is actually probably the most comic book the Marvel movies have felt because they're retconning like a bunch of different things and adding in scenes to Endgame now. Like, oh, actually, this happened during Endgame. You just didn't know about it until now. That's like what a comic book would do. Like 10 years later, someone wants to change something from previous established law, and they're like, oh, actually, this happened.
Especially with the
Right.
huge multiversal event to reset the timeline and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and I don't even think they're gonna reset the timeline.
I think they said they're going to do a soft reboot.
A
for
soft
the X-Men.
reboot, and like, what's that gonna accomplish? You need a full reboot, cause main general audience cares only now about Iron Man. They're complaining about these new characters, even though these new characters are well written. I think John Walker is probably one of the best written characters in the MCU, and he was introduced post Endgame. So is Yelena. She
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
one of the best written characters.
I agree.
She's one of my favorite characters in the MCU, like all time. Or you have Sentry, who was just introduced in one movie. This guy had one whole movie to flesh him out, and he's already one of the most interesting characters.
Moon Knight, Kate
Yeah,
Bishop.
well, Moon Knight is a little. I'm a little iffy.
Yeah, I
Kate
agree.
Bishop,
Yeah.
though, she's good, like you have so many characters that are so good, but the general audience
I haven't seen them
refuses to look because
5
they're like,
years,
Iron Man. I want Iron Man and Captain America, and this is the reason why we're getting Doomsday with RDJ, and because they think now, the general audience thinks you can't have an Avengers movie without Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans. You can. The Avengers are replaceable.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. As long as there are those that remember that what was, there can never be those that accept what can be. And honestly, that's unfortunate. There's a lot of great characters. And speaking about new characters, I was thinking, in Endgame, they had the scene when Ant-Man sees his daughter after 5 years, and then they recast the daughter in Quantumania. They might actually reshoot that, now that I think about it, with a new actor, and put that in Rashid.
Catherine Newton.
Because Paul Rudd hasn't aged a day. He never has. But so yeah, that would be interesting to see. They might add some stuff at like Tony's funeral with like the characters. They might see because with some leaks into Spider-Man sets and stuff, we know Savage Hulk's coming back. So also, do we know if Hulk Mark Ruffalo is coming back for Doomsday?
Yeah. Wait, no. He's not in Doomsday because of something that happens in Brand New Day.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you've seen the trailer, then you've seen Mark Ruffalo human, not in his Hulk.
But he's gonna get in the Hulk form.
Yeah, but
they're trying to do like maybe a World War Hulk.
Yeah. You want to say something, Will?
Yeah, when on the news, when they were shooting Spider-Man Brand New Day, it said Tom Holland had a massive head injury
I heard about that, yeah.
on the set, so I was a bit confused. Turns out he didn't have a concussion.
Yeah.
He's okay now.
Yeah, he made a speedy recovery. So the new Michael Jackson movie is coming out in 2 days.
this week.
So we're not gonna really judge it until we see it, but some of the reviews have come in and they haven't been that good. You guys want to talk about that?
I've heard it's very basic and it doesn't really go in depth into who Michael Jackson is, and it's really just a playlist into a movie. That's what I've heard so far.
Well, this is what happens when you have the family of the person in the biopicture having full creative control. They're going to only show the best parts and not show what actually happened, so they can create this myth instead of actual history.
Yeah, this reminds me a lot of the Elvis movie they made a couple years back. I really liked that, but I didn't even know Michael Jackson's nephew is it that's playing the character. That's really
related to him, yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
a
got
nephew.
I think Michael, I remember when I saw Elvis, I was like completely asleep, and then we decided that me and Mom didn't like Elvis.
You fell asleep during the movie?
Yeah, because he was like, I think that.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So Connor, the new Clayface poster came out
Yeah,
a couple.
I
How are your thoughts about that?
It looks amazing. It looks like it could. I think it looks like Mr. Canic, the substance.
It really does.
It does.
Oh, the substance, like the creature?
Yeah, look.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
It
super
looks.
cool.
It looks awesome. Trailer's supposed to come out today too. For
Oh,
it, so
really?
I'm excited. I'm excited for it to get gritty and deep. If you haven't watched the Batman
That's one of my
animated
favorite
series
episodes.
episode Feet of Clay, that's what this is based off of.
Oh,
and
it is? Okay.
that really reinvented Clayface for modern audiences. So yeah, it looks really good. Do you have a script?
Clayface, I don't know. No, Clayface is written. I forgot. I was looking at the name.
Yeah.
By Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
Any fans of the Netflix shows from Mike Flanagan?
What shows?
So that would
I
be
would-
The Haunting of Hill House. Let's see, he did a bunch. Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, The Haunting of Bly Manor, The Fall of the House of Usher. These are pretty good Netflix
Yeah.
horror shows. I haven't seen them in a bunch of years, but Mike Flanagan, at the helm of this, makes me think this is going to be much darker, more
Yeah.
grittier, which is what the Batman, the Matt Reeves Batmans have the Batman has been so far.
This
I
is
love the
in
Robert
the main
Pattinson.
DCU.
What is this?
This
oh,
is
it is.
in the Superman.
So
the
is
main
this
DCU.
so this is not connected to our
No.
Pattinson in
Not
any way?
Pattinson.
No,
It's
that's
the new.
disappointing.
No,
David
it's
Cornswell.
not
Well, I mean it's good.
disappointing.
I'm fine with that, I guess. But I
This
thought
is
it was
the
part
third DCU movie having an unknown character, Clayface, he's not an A-list Batman villain. He's like
Yeah.
I love
B
Clayface.
or
I
C-list.
grew up on the animated series.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
Clayface, so I was
He's
excited
awesome.
when this. I'm excited for this to come out, but I thought it was part of the Robert Pattinson mold.
Yeah.
It probably would make sense for it to be there.
I'm curious to see what that villain is going to be too for Batman Part 2, because the
Court
teaser.
of Owls.
If it's the
I
Court of
hope
Owls,
it's not.
I would love the Court
I
of
hope
Owls.
they-
Oh yeah,
Like,
Court of Owls would be really cool.
I love
hope
Court of
they,
Owls.
I
I
hope they
played-
really go into. You played what?
I played Gotham Knights, and I realized you can only really do one thing with the Court of Owls.
What?
Just make them this creepy, like, group of people that control Gotham. You can't really, like, you can do a million different things with Catwoman or Mr. Freeze.
You can do a million
Or
things.
Well,
with the Court of
did you read
Owls.
the Court of Owls series?
I did not.
Scott
read it.
Snyder.
Read it for sure. It's
It's
great.
so
They
good.
have the talons that kind of control the little minions. But you're right. They are the overseers of everything that happens in
They're
Gotham.
the 1% of the 1% of Gotham.
I just feel like there's
And they're
not
owls.
a whole lot of things you can do with
Take
it.
a look. Well, isn't there? There's a. I don't know if it was intentional, but isn't there an Easter egg?
Yeah, he says
Yeah.
it's the whole system.
The whole
They'll
system.
kill me, my family, and
Are you
he's like,
talking
"What
about
do
the?
you?"
Are you talking about the
The
Batman?
DA, yeah, he said,
That's right. They'll.
he
Oh,
says
so yeah.
it's the whole
Skarsgård.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I remember I played 2 Batman VR games. One was on the PS4 called Batman Arkham VR. Then, when it was Christmas, when I got my Oculus Quest 2,
Oh yeah.
I played was Batman Arkham Shadow VR.
Yeah, I love the Batman Arkham games,
Arkham
all of them.
Shadows,
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Batman Part 2. And just for comparison, so the Batman Part 1 came out when I was in middle school. And the Batman Part 2 is going to come out when I'm in college. So my entire high school career between this...
There's been so many delays
No,
with.
it's next year, 2027.
But it's 2027, but he will be in college.
Yeah, in October. It'll be
He'll
October
be-
27th.
No, let's see. Wait.
Wait,
Oh,
when
you
will
might
it?
be in-
What,
Yeah, you're right. They'll be in college.
No, senior year.
No,
Okay.
your
Oh,
senior
it comes
year's-
out October. Oh yeah.
October 2027.
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
graduating May
It's another
27th.
yeah, yeah,
17,
yeah,
18
yeah.
months away. But Pattinson, I think, famously said how much of a young man he was when they filmed it and how excited he was to be a younger Batman. And now, though, he's been on record and saying how much he's almost even aging out of it because of this long delay.
Well,
But-
Matt Reeves is a great writer.
He is.
So
Yeah.
But
apparently he had stuff.
I think, I believe that, well, the Penguin we already know is going to be a part of it, but probably the same amount as he was in part 1. The Penguin series is exceptional. If
Phenomenal.
you're looking for stuff to watch the Penguin series. It does bridge the gap between 1 and 2, but I think the Penguin is only in a little bit of it. But no official villain has been assigned yet.
Yeah, there's some rumors going around. It might be Mr. Freeze, and I
Heard
think
that.
Why
It takes
don't
place in the
I don't
winter.
Harvey
Dent for
and
sure is
Harvey
Dent's
Dent would be
dad.
awesome.
Here's why I think it's the Court of Owls.
That's
Because
right.
they could change something with Harvey Dent's dad. Because they need a new DA. The DA is dead right
That's
now from the Batman Part 1. So
Oh.
Harvey Dent's dad, he's an abuser. He abused Harvey Dent as a kid. So I think he's going to push Harvey Dent into the DA position for the Court of Owls so they can control it more. And we get more hints of the Court of Owls.
And Harvey Dent's being played by
Sebastian Stan, which
Wow.
he confirmed he's in the movie now.
Yep.
That is
Confirmed.
awesome.
Yep.
And Sebastian Stan has great range throughout
Sure
all
does.
of his. It's not just.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
It's not just Marvel. He recently had a movie where I think he could play a good politician.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one movie, The Apprentice.
Oh, The Apprentice.
He was
yeah.
so good, and he should have won an
have
Oscar
not seen
for
it.
it. He sacrificed so much for
I
that.
really hope they do like another Batman the Animated Series storyline where not like what they did in The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
where he like immediately turned into a bad person.
I want him to
But-
actually have his dissociative identity.
I really
disorder.
liked that, and I was really surprised after I watched The Dark Knight, watching Batman the Animated Series, seeing that. I'm like, why didn't they use this? But I'm hoping they use that again.
Yeah, I don't. Now when I think about it, I don't think Mr. Freeze would be the villain because Mr. Freeze is a very fantastical character, and the Matt Reeves
Correct.
movies aren't very fantastical. That'll be good for Brave and Bold, honestly. That I'm looking forward to. I hope Batman has white eyes for that. I just got to throw that out there. Really quickly, so Connor, how's Daredevil Born Again?
Oh yeah. It's phenomenal. Every episode gets better and better. This season is 10 times more amazing than Born Again Season 1, which was fine. It was But this season, the character work is insane, especially with the side characters who are getting more and more. Like Bullseye, he's a top MCU villain. You have Matt Murdock versus Fisk in the most recent episode, which was amazing. You have so much going on in this show, and this is where Marvel is shining right now, in the street side story with Daredevil Born Again, which is getting a season 3. You had Jessica Jones coming back, you have Fisk, you have Spider-Man Brand New Day, you have the new Punisher special, you have all these amazing street side level, and this is where it's at. This is where Marvel is at its highest right here. The acting is amazing. Charlie Cox is amazing as Daredevil. And Wilson Bethel as Bullseye, amazing. Karen Page, what's her name? Deborah Ann Wool, I think is her name. She is amazing. She was amazing in the most recent episode with the moral conflicts of, should I kill Bullseye or not? He deserves to die, but do I kill him? And Daredevil, like, vengeance isn't justice. It's not. So it's amazing. Go watch Daredevil seasons 1 through 3 and Defenders and Born Again. They're amazing. It's probably the best MCU ever. It's better than the movies. It's better than all the other shows. It's the best. So go watch it.
Yeah, there's some rumors Daredevil might be appearing in Brand New Day. You think that's true?
I have hope because the actor for Luke Cage spoiled season 3 of Daredevil and where season 3 of Daredevil Born Again and where this goes and where Spider-Man is in that
the prison.
And what will happen to Daredevil. I think he might show up. There's so many characters from Born Again that are in the Brand New Day trailer, such as Punisher, The Hand, you have Fisk's political advisor in the trailer giving the golden key to Spider-Man. So you have these characters. You can't not have Daredevil. So go watch it.
Really quickly, I just want to say, now you bring up the key Spider-Man. I have a theory about Brand New Day. I think it's a little too early for MJ to realize Peter Parker's Spider-Man. I think they should have like a little more time with just Peter Parker being on his own. But my theory is that eventually, if she does find out, is because in the trailer we see her watching Spider-Man get the key to the city, and they call attention to that, and they call attention to how he has the key to the city, and he's just standing by himself. And we do know that Peter Parker's neighbors with MJ. So I think how she's going to find out is that she's going to find the key in his apartment and realize he's Spider-Man. It's like, you want to say something, Joey?
Yeah. Today the Coyote vs. Acme trailer dropped, and I'm very excited about that because the movie was not supposed to be released, but Warner Brothers decided to release it, and the trailer looks great. I really like Looney Tunes, and
watch out, Doc.
Yeah. Close out here, Will.
And the new trailer for Spider-Man, we were confused with MJ's new boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know what the character is. I don't know if it's a new character or a comic character. I don't know. But yeah, it just looks like it's more of like a plot device to show how Peter Parker's struggling and really put him through the motions. So thank you for tuning in for season 2, episode 2 of Real Talk. It's been a pleasure. We hope to see you again soon for episode 3 in the coming weeks. I've been William Reyes.
I'm Ferdinand.
I'm Connor Matthews.
I'm Joey Powers.
Your boy from my cooking with Aggie, William Wiegand.
And Mr. Kanek.
See you real soon.